Maybe. Is it working? Let's see. All right, I'm back live, I think. The YouTube is going to be thrown off for sure. All right, we're back. Part 2, I guess. I don't know. I'm here. I'm doing the thing, I guess. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on currently with the internet. It's dropping. It's coming back. It's going away. It's on. It's off. Maybe I didn't pay the bill. All right. That shows that's a steady connection there. Let's see what happens. $5,000 kilobits. That should be good. It didn't even drop the YouTube video. I don't know why people's like, I don't know, whatever.
Set design is part of your job. Do I understand that correctly?
Correct.
It looks like in the background of this video, is that a picture of you? On the right-hand side?
On the right side, that's Lane State.
God damn it, it's dropping again. 1,300, 3,500, 3,000. The fuck is going on with this thing? Dropping frames like crazy, too. Sorry, chat. I'm working on it. 2B frames, main profile, single pass, low latency. CBR. Oh, that's right. What is going on? 13,000. It's supposed to be locked at 5,000. How's it jumping to 13,000?
No, I'm sorry. To your left, next to that Elvis over there?
Oh, yes.
And who's next to Elvis?
Me.
Okay, is there something about municipal auditorium?
Talking about stuff in his background now. Elvis and posters or whatever's on his background.
Yeah, it's the same. We had the same show the same day.
Okay.
Ooh. Let me check the app. They do outages on the app. I'm such a fucking retard, dude. God damn it. How dumb can I be? At least it didn't break the... It didn't break the same YouTube video. Right? Just 2-part YouTube video. Fuck. It's the goddamn VPN crashed. I don't run a VPN usually when I stream. And I was tonight because I was doing something with a VPN and I left it on. Fucking stupid.
You said set design, so was that deliberate choice to place?
Oh, no, I'm like real set designs. Like Sony Grid set designs.
Okay.
So he says his job is set designs. So then they look at Ryan Upchurch's background and they're like, well, what about this poster? What about this color? What about the background in your video? Was that a deliberate choice? He's like, no, I'm talking about real sets. Like Sony Red sets.
You said set design, so was that deliberate choice to place?
Oh, no, I'm like real set designs. Like Sony Grid set designs.
Okay. But that's my question. Is that a deliberate choice to sort of place this music memorabilia reference to your music career in this video?
No, I'm in my music room. That's why there's a Lane Staley over there. I'm hanging up stuff. Like, on my walls. I just painted it.
It's not. It wasn't intentional that you got a picture of you at the municipal auditorium in the frame of this video.
Well, I'm in my music room.
Yeah, I'm just asking, did you intentionally frame the shot to include that picture of you at the municipal auditorium?
No, they're all stacked up. I'm like laying good stuff in the background. You know,
So literally says his job is set design, and that's all he thinks about, all he notices because he's a professional. And they ask him about his background. He's like, nope, none of that has to do with anything. Just random.
Yeah, House James.
Yes, baby.
Okay, so this one is complaint paragraph 76, uploaded. Well, actually, let's go back to the last one. Okay.
We're going to hop out of this. Anyways, there's 4 hours of this if you want to watch it. Ryan's a fucking idiot. That's the best I can do for you. Then today he goes live. Now this is after people said keep my name out of your mouth, all that shit. And he says he shares this story.
I'm gonna go on YouTube. Meet me there if you like cool conspiracy decoding pyramid stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Might make that the title.
Cool conspiracy decoding pyramid stuff. All right, let's hear. I got to skip his music now, so I got to be quick on this. All right, so that's him down in the corner.
I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in here. What up? Just doing. First one. What are you doing, Skin? What are you doing, Skin? You're gonna love this podcast. Your podcast, damn. You're gonna love this video, I believe. So we're gonna start out. We're just gonna listen to this new song that I put out. It's got me, Kalani, and Fish on it.
I got to skip all that.
What you're looking at, this is the Upchurch like family crest. It says United We Advance. Ever heard that? Probably not.
From Google.
Make fun of my leggings again, motherfucker. All right, so here we go. Listen to the words because they're going to be important to what we're going to talk about, okay? Okay, I know the story.
Okay.
I know the story of origin, generally across the board. I also know what science says. So when you're talking about God, not religion, God. When you're talking about God, you're talking about a word, the word of God. Okay. Well, all words are the word of the Creator, correct? Yes. So science believes in
I love
the
I love how he asks himself a question and instantly answers it. All words are the words of God, right? Yes.
Sound. So you have the word of God, which is a sound in its entirety, and you have the noise of science, which is...
You have the word of God, which is all sounds in its entirety. Then you have the noise of science. Okay.
Sound, but it's also a level of sound, which is a alternative than the original. Okay? So when you define invasion, the definition of invasion is an incursion by a large number of people or objects in the area of activity. Okay, that's energy. You understand? Words have an energy. If the word started with God and then science...
Words have an energy, guys.
Told you it was a noise. Well, I'm sorry, but words make noise. But the words don't have to be loud. Science had to be loud to make a presence in the world of existence. And it was the level of sound. Well, guess what? The one who shouts the fucking loudest is probably a fucking sissy. Okay? And that just goes to prove that somewhere along the way, the word got hijacked and someone gave y'all incorrect spellings and incorrect definitions. Or too many definitions. Or not the definition or the word at all. And I'll get to that later, but I'll tell you this. The Southern...
Somebody swapped out our words for the wrong ones, guys.
Accent is one of the most oldest accents in the world. I'll tell you this.
I want you to catch this.
The Southern accent is one of the most oldest accents in the world.
Suck it, Atsuko. Suck it. The Southern accent, the Southern American accent, is one of the oldest accents in the world. What about all the countries that existed and people that existed before the South?
Okay? Where we live, it's called the Bible Belt, the Heartland, God's
We are in the Bible Belt. We're not in the heartland.
country. All right?
Well, any place can be God's country.
Now, a Southern accent gives you a different kind of literature understanding, and it's conjunctive English, where words are smashed and blended together. That's why a lot of our words sound like or a lot of our sentences sound like big fucking words. And people's like, what the fuck did you say? Because they don't understand. It's a different language. Well, they call it a slanguage, but it's really just a language of lineage. So we take the word invasion, okay? You could spell that.
Everybody knows I've got the Southern accent, but what the fuck is he talking about?
A different way, E-N, and it would still sound the same, invasion. But one would be in the vision or vision, in someone's vision, and E-N is enlightenment of a vision. So what? V-A-S-I-O-N, in, and then vision, energy, vision, enlightenment, outlook. You see what I'm saying? There's a huge...
Remember when he took Ikid Mel's name and did an anagram and it was Sell Me Kid?
Gap of fucking language. It has been... Well, it's been two things.
Yes, he does. Well, he specifically, he thinks that the Roman Empire settled Tennessee before Native Americans even existed.
Taken out of you knowing it, but it's also been double given to you to fucking where you never... I don't want to say figure it out because that's not what you're doing. You're realizing something. It's always been there, but people have literally and linguistically got straight away from it. So everything is, in a sense, backwards. And that is what is making everything so fucking crazy right now. So that's why it says, watch what it says. Has fallen up. You cannot fall up. You can ascend, right? Show you something fucking crazy. And scripture sculpts a statue of a warrior meant to interrupt. Now, watch this. There's something I noticed about the Parthenon. I've been studying the Parthenon. I go there at night. I fucking hang out with homeless people sometimes and just chill.
What?
And talk about Nashville. Okay, so this picture of the Parthenon in Nashville is from 1910, okay? They tell everybody, they say, oh, this was built for the World's Fair. I don't want to hear that shit. That is not true, okay? It just is not true. Sorry, not sorry. It's not true. The Parthenon's been here.
What?
I go there at night. I fucking hang out with homeless people sometimes and just chill and fucking talk about Nashville. Okay, so this picture of the Parthenon in Nashville is from 1910, okay? They tell everybody, they say, oh, this...
What? So this was actually built for like a World's Fair or some shit, right? But it began construction in 1897 and was completed in 1925. The exterior work was finally completed in 1925. It's the exact size and detailed replica of the original temple in Athens, Greece. It says, when Tennessee celebrated its 100th year of statehood with the Tennessee Centennial Exposition, Nashville took advantage of its nickname, Athens of the South, and built Fine Art Building as a copy of the Athens' most famous building and the epitome of Greek classical architecture. Although built to be temporary, as were all the buildings built for the Centennial, the Parthenon crystallized for Nashvillians their image of themselves and their city, and they were loath to tear it down at the conclusion of the exposition. The exterior coating, sculpture, and decorative work were made of plaster and soon deteriorated. Repeated patching kept construction at bay for several years, but in 1920, the city was forced to find a permanent solution: tear it down or rebuild it with lasting materials. The decision to rebuild involved a local architect, Russell Hart, as a consultant, architectural historian William Bell Dinsmore. Again, it was built for the centennial, which was completed in 1902, the Centennial Park. 1895, Centennial organizers laid the first foundation stone of the Nashville Parthenon. The Parthenon is made of plaster, wood, and brick. It was basically like we have fairs and carnivals and shit now. Well, this is like, imagine like a gigantic fucking carnival, like a World's Fair. And they build these temporary buildings that they're like, oh, it only has to last, once it's done, it only has to last for a year or 6 months or whatever. But then they were like, I don't know, we want to keep it. But it was built out of paper mache, right? Plaster. So they had to figure out how to fix it, and they did, and it's still there. So the Parthenon in Nashville is what he's talking about. And it's a 1-to-1 replica, well, as close as they could get at the time, of the one in Athens.
She was built for the World's Fair. I don't want to hear that shit. That is not true. Okay, Nashville is from and just chill. There's something I noticed about the Parthenon. I've been studying.
By the way, I'm not just making this up. This is documented. Look. The ceremony surrounding the laying of the cornerstone of the Parthenon, the Nashville building, on October 8th, 1895. The official groundbreaking began on September 10th, 1895, sorry. To construct the building, which would become known as the crown jewel of the exposition. These are literally people gathered at the site for the laying of the cornerstone, right? This is all documented. Like, this wasn't like before cameras and Ryan doesn't think it's real because there's no pictures of it. View of the Parthenon, the Fine Arts Building, under construction. This photograph was taken from the porch of the auditorium. Note the scaffolding in the front. The Parthenon had a stone foundation and brick interior walls, while the outside structure was made of wood. Plaster pediment sculptures adorned each end of the Parthenon. The roof was made of metal and was designed with the skylights. Here's more. Right, this is the Tennessee. They didn't have the ancient Greek Parthenon pictures. This is the Tennessee Parthenon in Nashville that was being built. He's saying, no, it was not built when they told us for the centennial.
The Parthenon. I go there at night. I fucking hang out with homeless people sometimes and just chill and fucking talk about Nashville. Okay, so this picture of the Parthenon in Nashville is from 1910, okay? They tell everybody, they say, oh, this was built for the World's Fair. I don't want to hear that shit. That is not true, okay? It just is not true. Sorry, not sorry. It's not true. The Parthenon's been here since fucking before, let me think. Since the French trader Monsieur, since before the French trader Monsieur came here.
What? What?
Monsieur is the one who was like, whoa, what the fuck? Who built this? They can say whatever they want. That ain't the truth. It was already here. It was covered in kudzu. Yes. Now look. Do you see this figure? Right there in the middle. This guy. Right there. The one just looking with his foot hanging over the edge.
All right. Some guy on the facade of it, right?
He is not there anymore. On the side. Everything else is the same on the Parthenon. Except for that guy. That guy's missing. They took him off. They put someone else there. Why? Why are you doing that in the first place? Two, if you have any fucking idea what energy is, then your ass should probably just put it back the way it was. Okay? I'm just saying.
What?
Now, let's finish into the song. We'll get into what I want to talk about.
Oh, wait. We got to skip music again.
fucking horse that they don't even know how to ride. Yeah, motherfucker. What I'm saying is they're on a fucking horse that they don't even know how to ride. And that's the problem. You know, if you watch my deposition, you'll see that there is a very fucked up there's a very fucked up thing with words going on. Because here's the deal.
Okay.
Answer me this. How the fuck is it? I'm asking. This is a question. How the fuck is it that some fucking twat who has a fucking probably like a 6 to 8 year law degree supposed to be like
A 6 to 8 year law degree.
hella good with words? What the fuck's wrong with that guy? Is he illiterate? Did you watch it? He sounds fucking illiterate. It's because the words he's saying are not true.
Did he sound illiterate? We just watched, a portion of it. What, 40 minutes of it? Did that guy sound illiterate? The guy asking the questions? Sound like he was pretty well hemming Ryan up for a defeat in the courtroom to me, but okay.
When I say not true, I mean not true to what he actually feels or thinks. So there's a collision when you're fucking asking questions to somebody who's going to sit there and just tell you the truest truth of what they're saying. It magically turns the hillbilly who dropped out of high school, it turns him into a law degree master, and it turns the law degree master into a babbling dumbass. What the fuck? Yeah.
By the way, here's a picture from just last year of the guy with his foot hanging off the edge right there. So, I don't know, Ryan.
Yeah. It's a transfer of energy.
Ah.
Now, I know a lot of people, like, I've had people hit me up being like, dude, this is secret knowledge. No, it ain't. It ain't secret knowledge, dude. It's hidden. It's stolen. It's taken away. They don't want you to, it ain't that they don't want you to fucking see it. They don't want you to know it. Who is they?
It ain't that they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to know it. Wouldn't those both be classified as hidden knowledge? Maybe you should stop hanging out with those homeless people at the Parthenon, bro.
Anybody who's fucking using it for theirself. And the thing is like, even if you are, let's say we are talking atomic energy, and to the ones who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of folks, even the good guys, think this. Even the good guys that want to defend and they understand what is going on in the world. Even they don't know that this whole, how you say this mechanics of energy, it can't fuck up. Like it just can't. It can't. It has its own defense mechanism of leveling itself back out. It's nice that the good guys want to try to do the math and figure it out, but you don't have to figure it out. You just have to be a figure. That's it. A figure of speech. The speech is energy. The motherfucker who created all of this, the creator, he made sure that this speech wouldn't get rid of all of it. Would it alter it? Yes, but but in which direction? It always levels itself back out. It's just, are you going in the true direction or not? That's why they say seeing is believing. If you see somebody say something, well then you take it for what it is and who said it, and you add it into your fucking memory bank, and that is your perception of that person. Okay? Same thing with the whole flower experiment. When they fucking play, do a flower, and the flower's like, holy fucking shit, and it like starts to die. When you play the other flower, fucking, then it grows better and faster and is more vibrant and all that shit, you know? So, with that being said, let's go. So, I want to start off with something that Glenn
What happens when they feed the flower 5 different prescriptions of Adderall?
Said the other day. So, listen to what he says right here.
Okay.
Today's podcast is going to be tough, I
Oh, God. Oh, God.
think, for a lot of people. Tough even for me, because it will challenge everything that you think you know. It may not be right, but I think in the end, the conclusion.
How long was he famous for? He turned into this? For a while, right? I remember, let's see, how long has that been? 3, 4, 5, probably 10 years ago, right? Ryan's like my age. I remember like probably 10 years ago when Mariah's sister was going to one of his concerts, had his merch, was talking about him. They called him, at the time, they called him Upchurch the Redneck. And he's been decently, at least his level of famous, way more famous than me, right? But his level, way more famous than all of us, I guess. His level of famous, he's been there for a while.
The end product is right. But it's going to be tough because you're also going to be hearing phrases and words that you define one way that don't necessarily in this context mean that. And where it ends is transhumanism. No, where it ends is selling your birthright, which is salvation. Is there and has there been an alien race hiding in plain sight in the book of Genesis, throughout the Old Testament and in the New Testament? Are we?
Keyword Testament. Old Testament or New Testament? No, how about Good Testament or Bad Testament? How about that?
Testament and
Which one's the good one? Which one's the bad one?
in the New Testament? Are we going to see a return of the gods? I think we are.
I think we're going to see a return of the Jesuses. You know, because they always say Jesus and his people, right? Okay, well,
Who says that? Who says Jesus and his people?
if they all share the same likeness and idea, but also a little bit different, well, then those would be the Jesuses. God would be the one who created the earth and the man and the woman. But that's another thing I believe is misconstrued is multiple gods. I think there's multiple Jesuses.
Return of the gods. I think we are. And I understand it in a completely different way. Welcome.
So that's the thing.
The Jesuses, plural, not Jesuses. Trump's getting rid of them. But the Jesuses, plural, are coming back.
It's not like, oh man, this is dangerous. This is dangerous secret knowledge. You shouldn't tell the dangerous secret knowledge. The only dangerous secret knowledge is the motherfuckers using it to do bad shit. That's why they call it witchcraft. Okay? What is witchcraft, right? It's fucking like weird words
Which one is it?
and phrases. Yes? Okay.
Sandwich craft. Anybody that works at Subway?
So which one? Once again, good or bad?
God, I was just guessing. I haven't even watched it this far. When I said which one, I was just guessing, but he got it.
You know how they always put it this way. You know how they always say, watch this. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you how this works.
Well, they always say, Ryan, tell us.
You know how they always say God is good? Watch this.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a bad Sharpie.
Shit, hold on.
Dry erase. Let's go. Here we go.
Ready?
We got it.
You know they always say, God is shit. Good, right? Okay, now watch this. If you know and understand what the Creator God has done, you understand that it's the most genius equation and formula to ever exist. Well, that sounds like science, doesn't it? Oh, wait, oh shit. Are you saying God and science are? Yes, I am. I'm saying science proves that God is and was and will always be a real thing. So then what do you got to do? You got to protect it. Watch this. God is good. Well, he's greater than good, right? Okay. So if you take these two O's,
Okay.
and you
Make eyes out of them.
flip it upright, then you have G-8-D. Gated. God is gated. Well, that's funny because there's a big fucking gate out front of heaven.
What?
Gated. God is gated. Well, that's funny because there's a big fucking gate out front of heaven that you can't get in unless you're a good guy. What do you know? If you were a bad guy, you wouldn't fucking tell nobody this.
God is goated, is what you meant.
If you were a bad guy, you wouldn't tell nobody that, right?
Right.
Hold on.
I wouldn't tell nobody that right now. Like literally right now while it's happening, I wouldn't tell nobody that. Look at his portrait of King Edward. Nailed it, dude. Nailed it.
Get off my lawn.
You better watch out. They might seize that in lawsuit.
Hold on. Hang on, this shit's all tangled up. Yeah, I see the whole Jerry shit. Yeah, well, haha, Jerry. Listen, I'd rather be fucking
Jerry the junkie.
Jerry than Tom. Because you pussies ain't fucking touching this. Haha, hashtag Tom and Jerry. Anyway, let's get back. So, with that being said,
Got it.
what's going on in Tennessee is kind of crazy. But watch.
All right.
So this is a speech from Tennessee Representative Andy Ogles, all right? Here we go. Now, keep in mind everything we've already been saying.
Got it in mind.
As well as folks from ICE.
You see this? Stop the invasion. What do you know? A pioneer with a badass.
That's a volunteer, not a pioneer. It'd be a volunteer. The volunteer state. And we don't have to sing it either.
Would probably be a octagon barrel 30-06.
Also, local leaders here in Nashville. And you will be hearing from somebody who's a victim of the illegal alien invasion that Joe Biden let in. Just to start, all these folks are going to give a couple statements. At the end, we will have about a 10-minute Q&A. After that...
And listen, I see some of the comments to all y'all.
A 30-06?
To the ones who are doing...
That's a muzzle loader, Ryan. An octagon barrel 30-06. It's a muzzle loader. That's why the ramrod is stuck out of. What time period do you think this motherfucker's from? With a tricorn hat on. He's got a 30-06. What is that, an AR-17? What the fuck? I thought you were super country and knew about guns and trucks and all that shit.
And you will be their federal delegation, as well as...
Andy Ogles, all right? Here we go. Now, keep in mind everything we've already been saying.
Their federal delegation, as well as folks from ICE.
You see this? Stop the invasion. What do you know? A pioneer with a
volunteer
would probably be a octagon barrel 30-06.
Also, local leaders here.
An octagon barrel 30-06. That's a muzzleloader, Ron. Just so you know.
Here in Nashville. And you will be hearing from somebody who's a victim of the illegal alien invasion.
Why did gun barrels used to be that shape? Because before the invention of lathes, actually, or I don't know the invention, before lathes were readily available to people, it was easier to hand forge squared off shapes. There's still guys here. There's a guy that lives in Tennessee and a guy that lives in Kentucky that still hand forges guns like this, which is insane.
Joe Biden let in. Just to start, all these folks are going to give a couple statements. At the end, we will have about a 10-minute Q&A. After that...
And listen, I see some of the comments to all y'all that are not doing that. Thank you. To the ones who are doing that, listen, me and y'all's little group of fucking gremlins over there, you can't compare them to me. You can't. It's not even a thing.
Go to bed, Jerry.
The press conference will end. With that, I'd like to introduce Congressman Andy Ogles of Tennessee's 5th District. Thank you.
Well, thank y'all.
All right, listen to this.
What I'd like to do is I'm going to run through some data points to give everybody background as to why
Andy Ogles is a Trump-licking son of a bitch, dude.
this is so significant. You know, under the last administration and previous administrations as well, we've seen a flood of illegals come into this country. It's important to note.
Yes, all the colonial guns and shit like that volunteer. Like the volunteer stuff comes from the Alamo. And the shit with Texas and Mexico and all that shit going on, right? The War of 1812. That's what I was trying to think of. The War of 1812, when basically they came to Tennessee during the Mexican-American War, right? And they asked for 2,600 volunteers. President Polk was at the time. He came and asked for 2,600 volunteers to go fight the Mexican armies. And he came to Tennessee for 2,600 volunteers. 30,000 people volunteered. That's why they called it the volunteer state. So he asked for 2,600, 30,000 men volunteered.
If you come into this country illegally, your very first act is illegal. If you're working without a social security number, that is also a crime. If you're working with an illegally or falsely obtained social security number, that is a crime. So we got to get...
If you're faking your fucking identity in any fucking way,
it's by law it's a crime, but spiritually it's also a crime.
Serious about this, and I understand that for some this is a touchy subject, but I was just in El Salvador. I just went to the prison where we send or are sending our MS-13 in Trinidad, and I can tell you these are not good folks. One of the individuals that I spoke with, who had been in the United States, he joined the gangs when he was 13 years old, had killed 50 people. So the question was asked, "Why are you here?" He said, "Homicide." Then the follow-up is, "Well, how many people have you?"
So these people were hired by people to.
Yeah, David Crockett, Sam Houston, Andrew Jackson was the general, was the guy commanding the military, and famous names like David Crockett and Sam Houston. Those were volunteers from Tennessee.
Kill certain people. I understand it can be for lots of stuff, but there's also some stuff that you're probably not thinking about that it could be about. It involves spirituality.
Killed 50. And his body's tatted up, and he showed us his tattoos as to marking all of the individuals that he had killed. When you look at Middle Tennessee, in 1 weekend, ICE...
So if you have tattoos, you can judge that book by its cover, because its cover is based on the inside of the book.
THB caught 106 individuals identified as removable aliens, some of which a 37-year-old Venezuelan national affiliated with Trinidad, 39-year-old Mexican national with 6 prior removals for convictions in domestic assault and sex with a minor, a 6-year-old Iraqi national convicted for rape. So when a mayor stands up...
Now watch this, because here's where words have a great domino effect, okay? They don't want you to think it's dominoes, but it's dominoes, okay? Because dominoes are a fraction. Like, you can look at a domino is a fraction, okay? So this is a fraction of words. He is choosing to put out in the universe, and he's doing it correctly because it's having a great domino effect in Nashville right now. Because watch what he says about the mayor, okay?
National convicted.
Yeah, so the War of 1812 was like the Battle of New Orleans and shit, and the Mexican-American War, Manifest Destiny and shit were going on at the same time. Around the same time, I guess.
For rape. So when a mayor...
1812, then maybe the Mexican-American War was like the end of the 1830s, something like that.
...is up and is defending those types of individuals over our hard-working law enforcement, Homeland Security, ICE, THP, the Sheriff's Department in the city.
No, he's got a 6 to 8 year law degree, and that's it.
Choosing criminals over Tennesseans. In February, 8 Venezuelan nationals with ties to Trinidad gang were...
Find me. A single Democratic Party leader or politician that says, no, we want to keep violent gang members who rape and murder and tattoo their faces with the number of people they've raped and murdered. None. You can't. It doesn't exist.
Charged with operating a commercial sex trafficking enterprise in Nashville through July 22nd and March 24. Just 3 days ago, 3 Chilean nationals were arrested in Tennessee with ties to a foreign burglary ring, and they've been conducting robberies, systematic robberies in Brentwood. One of those victims is here today. And
like it. Oh, well.
an illegal alien killed his wife.
So when you say, oh, Upchurch is paranoid, no, Upchurch is just on top of his shit. And people don't like it. Oh, well.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Upchurch is paranoid, no, Upchurch is just on top of his shit. And people don't like it. Oh, well. They're all bad people, so it doesn't matter.
They're all bad people. Got it.
Motherfucker, if you come in my yard with ill intent, well, your fucking energy's going to be transferred, no, isn't it?
That she arrived for a job as a custodian at Chadwell, Illinois.
By the way, Ryan always says he's going to kill anybody that shows up at his house, but then he makes like 30 different fucking versions of the same story of people showing up at his house and leaving and using the Men in Black memory flash wiper thing to destroy his cameras. He literally thinks that people show up with a device like the Men in Black memory wiper, you know, where they say, look at this, and push the button and it wipes your memory. He thinks people show up with that device and use it on his cameras.
Elementary school. Last year, 18 MS-13 gang members and associates in Nashville prison. So we Tennesseans. And Constitution, they put their lives in harm's way. And we have this type of...
Now keep in mind, he said the law enforcement. He means the people who are
enforcing the law.
The enlightened ones of keeping everything neutral.
Oh.
That doesn't, when he says law enforcement, he doesn't mean the bad cops. Because those are enforcement, law enforcement. He knows the difference.
Reckless rhetoric from a city mayor.
Enforcement, EN means enlightenment. Enforcement, IN means they've infiltrated.
From this domino effect, he's been to say something. He doesn't say something.
You're putting their lives in harm's way. We have a state representative who on her own Instagram.
Now watch this domino effect. He's been to say something. He doesn't say something about the mayor. Now Frugal McDougal's all under the truth. And he ain't really saying nothing. He's like in a bunker fucking with a bunch of characters dressed up like other characters. And now he's going to say something about Afton Bain, who was riding around town pretty much on Instagram Live telling all the criminals where all the good guys were. So they could pretty much ambush them.
Right. She was saying, hey, ICE is doing operations down here.
Agreed or confessed to delaying 4 ICE vehicles.
Hold on.
Those agents
So you can hear the entirety.
anywhere in the country, but especially here in Nashville, you're putting their lives in harm's way. We have a state representative who on her own Instagram agreed or confessed to delaying 4 ICE vehicles. You're putting those agents in harm's way. And we've
For delaying ICE vehicles?
seen a 400% increase attacks against law enforcement because of this type of rhetoric. The list goes on. In March, a 36-year-old twice deported Mexican man shot and killed his neighbor in front of his 7-year-old daughter in Antioch. In March, another Mexican illegal sold his illegally possessing a machine gun with the intent to distribute methamphetamines. In January, 28-year-old Venezuelan citizen sex trafficking ring.
What they don't tell you is this happens at about rates 10 times the immigrant rate to homegrown regular fucking people. Right. Of course there's going to be crime.
This goes on and on.
It's at lower rates with immigrants.
And on. And I have case after case after case of these are the folks that ICE and Homeland and your local law enforcement are targeting.
Now think about this. They're watching all these federal cases downtown, correct? Yes.
Okay. Yes. Correct.
They're looking for people who don't fucking like this area or anyone that's from this fucking area.
Ah.
If people from this area
They're looking for people who don't like Nashville or people from Is that what they're looking for?
are being put in positions of depositions, and they're gladly sitting there for 4 fucking hours while this supposed to be master in fucking law and literature is trying to...
Oh, by the way, remember, Ryan, we've seen several clips of him saying he won his court case against the Kylie Rodney family, right? We've seen him say it on video. We've seen him say it in comments that he won. He even told someone, like, I already won that court case, dumbass, when they were asked. They were like, this is why Ryan's being sued. He said, I already won that court case, dumbass. Now, I don't know if it's part of his fucking Adderall abuse or whatever, but they asked him about it in the deposition. And he's like, I think I was probably just trolling. I don't remember. I was probably just trolling. You're out here telling people that you won that case while people are telling you to stop talking about her. There's a case going on. You're being sued for this. I was probably just trolling.
incriminate a local, and the local is combating him so well because the local is just telling the fucking plain truth. And then the local becomes a fucking wizard of words on camera.
There has to, what is the name? Like, I understand what delusions of grandeur is, but there has to be like a clinical name. Like Ryan Upchurch thinks that Donald Trump Jr. is talking to him on Instagram, and he thinks that his court case is what Andy Ogles is talking about while he's being deposed for this horrible case of defamation and slander.
Defeating the fucking shit out of this guy who has a mastery law degree or whatever the fuck. Well, then
No one cares what you think.
I think the locals found another person who may be a target of trying to fucking fuck some shit up around here. Don't you think it's funny? It seemed like both of them
He's a horrible piece of shit for what he did to that girl and her family.
lawyers are working together. One's supposed to be on my team, one's supposed to be on the other. I'm going to instruct him not to answer. Don't you think it's funny? It seemed like both of them lawyers are working together. One's supposed to be on my team, one's supposed to be on the other.
So his lawyer was working. His lawyer was also working with the other lawyer.
I'm going to instruct him not to answer. I'm going to answer anyways. Yeah. They're both.
Well, so I'm going to instruct him not to answer. You don't get to do that in a deposition, right? When the judge isn't present, you don't get to do that in a deposition. What you get to do is raise an objection for whatever reason, right? She raises a lot of objections for basically the way the question was phrased because it was like leading. Oh, so what you're saying is you think this, and you need to rephrase that and say, what did you think at that time, right? But Ryan still has to answer, and then the judge will rule on those objections later. No lawyer worth a fuck would have Ryan upload the full unredacted. What if a bunch of her objections held, right? The judge is like, yeah, this is leading, this is off subject, whatever. These answers are thrown out. Ryan's already uploaded all of them.
They're gone. Gone bye-bye. I'm out of here. Yeah, I bet you are. The accountant got referred by the lawyer. Out of here. Where y'all going? Did you do something fucking bad? It fucking looks like it. Everybody doing running. They're doing.
He's so dumb. Both lawyers left him. Now, imagine, let's see if we can do this. How long would you stay Ryan Upchurch's accountants if, damn it, he did upload it, right? Is it under his shorts? Or are we not going to be able to find it? Damn it, I don't think we got it. How long would you stay as accountant if he was fucking cussing you out and claiming that you're working with criminal elements to commit murder and dirty cops and all this shit, and he's getting ICE to come after you? How long would you stay his accountant? There's no fucking way, right? There's no goddamn way. Of course, the accounting firm's like, all right, we just think we'll cut ties.
What did you say? Oh, don't you love your lawyer? No, she sucks. Go.
He told him he was going to beat his fucking ass. He said, I will beat your fucking ass. You keep playing stupid. I know about the voodoo doll you guys got of me. He said he knew about the voodoo to his accountant.
Billy, who fucking hired the same lawyer? Go. Oh, man. Literally running away from the truth. Because here's the thing. Here's why a lot of people don't like what's going on in America right now, especially in Tennessee.
Why's that?
Because everyone who's done something bad, or
he's even going after the company that copyright claims my videos when I cover him. Command Shift. They like his digital management. He was calling them out the other day on Instagram.
Whether it's physically, financially, mentally, anything, they're all going to be caught. Because they're all going to stick out like fucking sore thumbs. There's going to be no blending in for them. There's going to be no, what, me? Yes, you, motherfucker, you. They're all going to be busted. Because
by Trump.
A lot of people's...
It's just a bad time for him to be this mentally ill because of like the stuff that's going on with Trump and the QAnon and the COVID stuff, and it's a bad time to latch on to all that crazy shit.
Mind state or thinking process is elevating to the next level. And people can say whatever they want and be like, oh, you really believe that wizard spiritual magic shit? Is that what you call it? Because I just call it literature. Literally. Why do you think they got fucking kids not learning cursive? Because they're trying to curse them of not being able to read cursive.
Why wouldn't cursive be a cursed language that we shouldn't learn? Why are they not learning cursive? Because they're trying to curse them to not learn cursive.
They got fucking kids not learning cursive because they're trying to curse them of not being able to read cursive. Two negatives make a positive. I can guarantee you positively, we want those kids to be able to read the Declaration of Independence, especially for all of us independents. You see what I'm saying? Okay, let's keep going.
And I find it offensive that a city
God damn it.
would politicize
We're still going.
When you got the police
oversight board if a member of local law enforcement is simply doing their job.
Now look, when that happens, when you got the police snitching on the police, well, that looks confusing, doesn't it? Well, the prefix con means together, and fuse means together. So double together means not together at all? Confusing? See what I'm saying? That's what has been done. Now, when you go to court, what do you have to do? You battle with words. If a lawyer has to lie for someone who isn't telling the truth, well, fuck, that would suck. That would be hard to do if you understood words like I do. I couldn't be that lawyer. I'd be like, oh, what the fuck am I going to say? I would literally say, what am I going to say? Because I wouldn't know what to say. I can only tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you fucking win. How can you come back to
I don't think you're going to win, even telling your truth.
Truth with words? I mean, words are the fucking truth.
Why would two lawyers tell you to settle?
It's impossible.
I'll pause there. I'll turn it over to Senator Jack Johnson from Williamson County, part of the 5th District.
I don't think it's Bob.
Leader Johnson, I'd like to use my time to...
Of many of these crimes, like the robberies in Brentwood.
All right,
Jack?
skip this next guy. I don't know. I don't think it's Bob.
Leader Johnson, I'd like to use my time to expand on Congressman Ogle's comment that part of what we're doing here today is defending the rule of law. Our...
Listen to what he said very carefully.
Fear is the foundation of most governments, but it is not that...
Now listen to what he said very carefully. Not this guy. This guy.
Thank you, Leader Johnson. I'd like to use my time to expand on Congressman Ogle's comment that part of what we're doing here today is defending the rule of law. Our second president, John Adams, famously said that fear is the foundation of most governments. It is not.
Yes. Right? Basically, the way a government exists is you're giving them the ability to be violent, right? To inflict violence upon you. The state has the right to violence. Police can show up and shoot you. They can drag you out of your home for not paying your taxes, whatever, right? They literally have the ability to enact violence against you if you don't do something.
Not that way with us.
Damn straight.
Courage is the foundation of our government. And you see that no more clearly than in the last.
He said, our government. You know why? Because why do you think Tennessee has a fucking Capitol Hill? Why do you think?
What? Every state has a capital, and if it happens to be on a type of hill, they call it Capitol Hill. Every state. Most people just call it the capital area, the Capitol Square, the Capitol buildings, the Capitol. What do you mean? Why do you think Tennessee has a Capitol Hill? Every state has that.
He said, our government. You know why? Because why do you think Tennessee has a fucking Capitol Hill? Why do you think we have buildings that resemble the White House? Why do you think we have a Parthenon? Why do you think so many of these fucking ugly demon-looking motherfuckers want to sing the music for you? They want to fucking be in government positions. Well, that's because they're the enemy. They're the fucking ugly-ass enemy. And these guys know what's up. They know what's up. They know how this shit works.
Ah.
How it works will leak out to all y'all's perception how it's supposed to. There is, oh no, secret. It's just supposed to be declassified. Nope. Nope. It's not how it works.
This is supposed to be classified? Thank God. I got the insider.
My back's watched. My back's watched. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Ain't nothing gonna happen to anybody I like. Because when you realize what all this is, it is in fact biblical, like Glenn Beck said. And if God's got your back, I'm sorry, it really doesn't matter who the fuck your enemy is. Really. Now these people who fake like Jesus and fake like God and they fake understand it all the way. Well, nobody really has their back. Don't you see? They're all deflated and going to jail and getting tripped up on their words now because they're being made, they made the bed they sleep in. What's going to come out of their fucking mouth now is,
how the fuck could you turn on, like, make it a negative that Jelly Roll lost like 500 fucking pounds? Oh, he's deflated. God deflated him. He used to be very buoyant, like a beach ball. God deflated him. That's what happens when you stand against Ryan Upchurch's God. Who's Ryan Upchurch's God? One of the Trump family members. We're not sure yet.
Well, it's going to be a lie out of their mouth, but it's going to be a truth to your fucking ears and eyes. There's nothing they can do to stop it. They can try to fucking do a little witchcraft shit to fucking trick you, but oh, that's over with, buddy. That's fucking over with. On the street, in social media, in the courts, all that's over with. There's only truly right and there's only wrong. You're one or the other. You have to be more of one side than the other, 100%.
In the streets, there's only black and white, right or wrong.
If you're more of the other side than this side, well, you're probably on a spiritual list somewhere, because if you've been majority bad and the least amount of good, well, you chose your fucking side. Sorry, not sorry. And that's just how it is. And it's in everything. It's in imagery. It's in kid shows. It's in fucking symbolism. It's in the alphabet. It's in numerology. But you see, they make it sound so fucking complicated. They make you think you got to go to Vanderbilt and get a fucking degree, or Yale and get a degree to fucking be able to understand this. No. A fucking high school dropout with no education fucking figured it out. You know why? Because nature, motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
When you're around nature. Mature to nature. And you in fact start to stand for yourself instead of saying, I understand.
Do you guys see why I think he's so fucking crazy and interesting right now?
You understand, and you're not standing for yourself. You're standing underneath someone else.
Why aren't they teaching kids cursive? Because they're cursing them.
And if this was all created, which it is and was, if this was all created by someone who wanted to see greatness out of all of us, well, then there's nothing you can do. The good guy always wins. That's why they try to tell you the opposite so much. When you hear phrases in movies like, why does bad things happen to good people? No, good things happen to good people. Bad things happen to bad people. Period. It's that simple. That simple. Now let's keep going.
8 words of our Declaration of Independence were the
Explain infant cancer.
56 patriots who signed that document pledged our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. And then one Virginian, whom you all know. And we gather together here today so that we may have liberty. Not just from our Revolutionary War, but the War of 1812, the Mexican War, the Great Civil War, and the wars.
Check out the War of 1812. Very interesting.
Of the 20th century. We're here today to remember them and to renew our commitment that we recognize Director Acuna and Director Adams for the work they and their colleagues at ICE are doing.
Who gets this excited about ICE?
Bro,
Well, I guess Ryan thinks that they're rounding up all the witchcraft users that are coming after him, but
get me turned up.
To uphold Representative.
Remember and honor them
Well, hang on.
for this country. Thank you, Congressman Ogles, for bringing us together. You've been one of the strongest voices.
There's one. Well, hang on. Out of everybody wearing a dark color blazer, there is. Don't include the guy wearing the tan one. Just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just the 5.
you forgot to show us the video.
Other guys. There's one guy there who is extremely uncomfortable. Which one is it?
Is in Washington defending our borders and for never wavering, not just about the southern border.
There we go.
I want to speak directly to the people of Middle Tennessee because this issue is not theoretical and it's not
Who's uncomfortable, guys?
what's happening in our own backyard. What happens in Nashville doesn't stay in Nashville. It spills into Brentwood and Thompson Station and Franklin and Fairview and all of our surrounding communities.
Which one's uncomfortable, chat?
All over the world, because everyone comes here as a tourist and then leaves with the energy they left with and takes it back to where they're going.
When a city declares itself a sanctuary or acts like one, when it refuses to cooperate with ICE, when it shelters those who have broken our laws, that decision doesn't stay contained. It endangers everyone nearby, and we're seeing the consequences of that. The strain on local law enforcement, the pressure on our schools and our hospitals.
No, not the short one.
More gang activity, more drugs, more danger. That's not just
They don't like the short one because he's doing the Illuminati symbol.
policy, it's a betrayal of the public trust. That's why Senator Johnson and I passed a
I think he's gonna say this guy on the far right.
bill this year to stop recognition of out-of-state illegal driver's licenses issued to illegal immigrants. Tennessee will not be a safe haven to lawlessness rubber-stamped by California or New York. If you're here illegally, you shouldn't be behind the wheel with a government-issued license. I also want to thank Senator Marsha Blackburn for her fight in the U.S. Senate. She's consistently exposed the failures of sanctuary cities and stood up for ICE. And of course, I want to thank President Donald J. Trump, not once, but twice, because he had the border under control before the left unraveled it. Now, in his second term, he's restoring
Look how he looks.
Washington.
Watch.
I want to thank President Donald J. Trump, not once, but twice.
Yeah, not once, but twice. Appreciate that.
Because he had the border under control before the left unraveled it. Now, in his second term, I want to thank President Donald J. Trump, not once, but twice.
The one on the far right.
Border under control before the left unraveled it. Now, in his second term,
One more time.
he's restoring the U.S. Senate. She's consistently
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
exposed the failures of sanctuary cities and stood up for ICE. And of course, I want to thank President Donald J. Trump, not once, but twice, because he had the border under control before the left unraveled it. Now, in his second term, he's restoring law and order from Washington while we try to hold the line here in Tennessee. But we need more than strong words. We need local action as well. So to every police chief, every sheriff, every mayor, every county commissioner, now is the time to enter into a 287G agreement with ICE. It's a simple partnership that lets local...
Pretty much what my boy is saying is, go ahead and expose your motherfucking self. How about that?
Ah,
Yeah, you come pick fucking Ryan up church and try to arrest him for some goddamn shit involving this fake ass court shit. And see what happens.
you're in civil court, bro. You're in civil court. They're not going to come arrest you.
You just heard what he said, didn't you? You did. Okay, well, those are the words that are winning now. And watching and integrated all around the bad guys. Fucking period.
Law officers identify and detain criminal illegal aliens. It's legal, it works, and it will save lives. This isn't about politics. It's about protecting our families. It's not about
Look, the people on the outside that are protesting are getting so fucking angry. Listen to them.
immigration. It's about crime. And it's not just a border crisis, it is a community crisis. So I'll close by saying this again. What happens in Nashville doesn't stay in Nashville. And in Tennessee, we must
Yeah, fucking smelly hole. You and your fucking... Yeah, we know.
not wait for the next tragedy for us to act. Now I have the honor of introducing someone who's been a strong and steady voice.
Now, let's switch over to...
Whatever, Ryan. That was so fucking intense, dude.
This is corruption. We're ruining people's lives. We're being forced to ruin people's lives.
Former state troopers are coming forward tonight, blowing the whistle, they say, on a quota system that's leaving innocent people charged with crimes they did not commit. Good evening. I'm Lauren Lowry.
And I'm Marius Payton.
I'm Tracy Cornett. The next time you're out driving on the interstate, especially late, you're going to be thinking about what WSMB4 Investigates has now uncovered.
Chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley is here with the latest on his sobering problem investigation.
Well, guys, what we've uncovered is more than just two former troopers coming forward about what they say is a system designed to pressure troopers into making as many DUI arrests as possible. We've also obtained a secretly recorded meeting and internal maps the troopers say explains...
Internal maps. Internal maps. Okay?
Secretly recorded meeting and internal maps the troopers say explains why so many innocent people are being charged with DUI. We told you about Thomas Manis's arrest and Stephanie Fair's and Candace Slate's and all the other people arrested for DUI by state troopers.
We covered the quota stuff and how crazy it was, getting out of hand.
When they were completely sober. But we've never heard from any of the troopers who've arrested sober people for DUI until now.
This is corruption. We're ruining people's lives. We're being forced to ruin people's lives.
So if you think the fucking state troopers, some of the state troopers are doing that, not all of them. Well, a good state trooper definitely probably told on a bad state trooper. Yes. Okay. There's both. If you think the state troopers are doing it, well, then so are the fucking attorneys, the lawyers, the CPAs, the judges. Obviously, we know this. But here's the thing. The point I'm trying to get across is, for the fucking bad guys, it's over. They already lost. Because now they're all identifiable. undeniably.
Do you know if you've ever arrested a sober driver for DUI?
Yes, sir, I'm sure I have.
Former troopers Ashley Smith and Adam Potts say there's a reason so many...
I see that guy's accent. Well, he sounds like a fucking Southerner. He sounds like one of us.
Ah, Southerners got it right.
Look at this internal map. You see this? You see this cluster of counties? This cluster of counties looks like one singular county in Tennessee. Look at that. Now look at this.
What the fuck is wrong? You guys see what he's doing? That's Cheatham County, where he's from, tattooed on his nipple. That's a group of counties that are not Cheatham County. There's like Wheatley, Henry, Benton. What is...
What's on my chest is one county. That's a cluster of counties. You see what I mean?
No!
Chattanooga.
No, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? You know, Italy kind of looks like a boot. You see what I mean? Huh?
Arrest every DUI that you can get your hands on. We've always thought this was a great thing because you want to get drunk drivers off the road. Do you feel like that this push to get DUIs is eventually having a negative outcome?
Absolutely. There's pressure to arrest DUIs.
Potts says it's not just pressure.
It's a quota.
I have to ask you, did you ever feel pressure just to pull someone over and arrest them for DUI just to make a quota?
Absolutely.
It's something directly addressed and recorded.
And here's what the bad guys don't want you to know. Yeah, it's a quota. And it's also just a quarter of the people. So 3/4 of the people are good and 1/4 is bad. You're already outnumbered. Period.
What?
Audio from a meeting with Captain Patrick Turner out of Chattanooga, obtained by WSMV4 Investigates.
I'm passing on the message of what the command staff wants. What does hard work look like? Well, it could.
So now we got to identify what is this secondary.
The administration tries to downplay it by saying, well, we look at statistics and we know that DUIs are on the rise. So if we arrested 16 last month, and we ought to be arresting 18 this month. And we're not saying to make up DUIs. We're saying if you're working hard enough, you're going to find these DUIs. If you're patrolling, if you're watching, if you're going to find these legitimate DUIs. But it doesn't seem to be the case.
Death, because it's not the.
Look like. Well, it could.
So now we got to identify what is this secondary command staff, because it's not the primary command staff. The primary command staff, we just were listening to them talk, and they're like, "Yo, this ain't gonna fly."
Well, they were talking about ICE raids. This is about DUIs.
Look like arresting 100 plus DUIs a year.
In that meeting, it stipulated to troopers on the midnight shift, 100 DUI arrests will be required each year.
Now look at that guy's face. Would you trust that motherfucker? Absolutely not. No, he looks like Baltimore. Absolutely not.
If they're DUI, I want you to load the jail full of them.
Turner also talked.
If they're DUI, I want you to load the jail full of them. If they're DUI.
Okay, look. You have to start identifying people by their face and their voice.
Okay.
You have to look at them. Do you believe what they're saying? Do you believe what they're saying?
Are they Southern?
Find that. 100%. Here's the thing. A lot of people are identifying people by their outfit, by their attire. This is the part where our senses have to level up.
It's insane, dude.
Or whatever. It's coming towards space. We know what an illegal alien. I always talk about this fucking space dick rock or whatever. It's coming towards space or whatever. Or coming towards Earth. Which I don't think that's, no. I absolutely do not think that that's real. I don't think that. I think everybody has the wrong idea about what an alien is. We know what an illegal alien is, but maybe start looking at people who are alienated, who are by themselves a lot. People around them fucking tries to slit their throat and it doesn't work and everyone runs away, and then the alienated person is obviously still fine, being like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm having a great life." You know, because the definition of alien is unknown or foreign.
I guess he's talking about 3-eye atlas. I don't know.
Could mean a lot of different things, like such as ideas, such as
he's alienated everybody from his life.
Computing power. If I like put it this way, if I were an alien, I would probably have some kind of upgraded facial recognition that we already were born with. Now, if you know, when your brain naturally looks for faces. That's why you see faces in clouds and in mountains, and you see faces in things where there's no faces. Because your brain scans for them naturally. You can look that up. If I was an alien, I would know what that is for, and then I would have used it so much that it activated a different sense of revealing and speculating and just seeing stuff. Like you would look at a face and be like, okay, it would scan it or whatever and look at it, and it would tell you a lot of shit. It would tell you what his hobbies are. It would tell you if he's a good person or not. It would tell you if a person has kids or not. It would tell you, you would download so much just by scanning a face like your brain already does. Now, if that is something that we've always done and a function of our brain that has always been there, well, then that would be technically, by definition, ancient technology. Because it's your brain mechanics. It's how it works. It's the function. You understand?
Talks about consequences when it comes to how many DUI arrests are made, as well as contacts, meaning drivers pulled over each shift.
If you turn in 33 DUIs per year and 1.7 contacts, you're going to get spanked.
But just
excuse me, what? I'm gonna spank you with a belt because I'm weird, motherfucker, man. I'm trying to spank some troopers. What the fuck? What the fuck? Don't say that. That's weird.
7 contacts, you're going to get spanked.
Okay, hold on. Let me do that math real quick. Hold on. 56. Hold on. 1941. 1941. Hold on. Oh, man. In 1941, Nashville was a city preparing for and already involved in the impending War II effort marked by military maneuvers. Oh,
Nashville, Tennessee, 1941 for some reason.
See, look, math. If we live in a simulation, it's a fucking supernatural simulation. It's not what your idea of it is. And that's the thing. That's the thing. When you think like this, put it this way. If you understand the Bible and you haven't read the Bible, and you understand the Bible so much that you understand we're looking at a second version, and that doesn't mean that someone rewrote anything. It means they could have taken stuff out, making it seem like a second version, a variable product, a Bible. Okay? But if the Bible says this is the one script to live by, well, technically by definition, in language, in literature, true versions of it, that would be a universe. One script, universe. So if someone understood the Bible if someone understood the Bible, they would ask, why isn't this called a unable? And
if they really understood the Bible, why isn't it called the Unable? Do you even understand it? So the word Bible has nothing to do with bicycle or biped. It comes from the word biblia or biblios. Biblios was the papyrus, paper, right? Biblia means book. The holy book, the holy Bible. Not bicycle. Why isn't it called the unable?
The second. Universe. One script, universe. So if someone understood the Bible if someone understood the Bible, they would ask, why isn't this called a unable? And then when they got the answer on why it's not called a unable, they would say things that made you want to be tribal. Now let's look up the definition of tribal. of or characteristics of a tribe or tribes. Wow. Members of a tribal community, especially in South Asia. Now let's try to spell it like unable in Bible.
Biblia means books, right? Multiple books. And the Bible, before it was put together in its modern form, was literally referred to as the holy books because you got the books of the Bible, right? But eventually, we kind of settled on one, kept it together, and we just called that the book, right?
Let's see what AI gives us.
Over time, the books, Biblia, was basically just accepted as a single collective volume, the Bible.
Okay, treble. Treble is a misspelling of tribble or treble. Treble is in music.
He's better. Tribal. He doesn't know how to spell tribal. He's trying to spell it Trible, like Bible. Tribal is a misspelling of treble.
Musical term. Here we go. The highest of the 4 voice parts, or the highest pitch voice or sound.
Yeah, treble.
Threefold. As an adjective, it can describe something that is 3 parts or triple in number. Now, speaking of music and threefold and all this shit, watch this.
Here we go. 3 stars. 3 stars.
So, yeah. All I'm saying is this.
Why are there 3 stars on the Tennessee flag? East, Middle, and West Tennessee.
Is the truest form of truth that you have. Well, that is your truth in its entirety. If you know what you're saying is bad, or incorrect, or false, and you're trying to mask it as true, from this point forward, your luck is going to be very bad. There's going to be some people who real bad shit is revealed about them after this. After everybody starts figuring this out. Or how to read like this.
Because there's such natural boundaries, Tennessee has always kind of been broke up to East, West, and Middle Tennessee. You have like the Cumberland Gap, right? Everything east of that is East Tennessee, and west of that is Middle Tennessee. And then when you get out to like West Tennessee, it's like lowland country, right? You're headed to the Mississippi River and shit.
Pieces of history that you've always wanted to know.
Middle Tennessee is a central basin, and it's surrounded by the Highland Rim.
You're going to know. Because that's the thing. With this type of observing literature.
West Tennessee, yes, is like a coastal plain, like a delta, I guess, technically.
Way more plainly. And you're also able to identify errors, identify the likelihood of something being false. You're going to be able to scan people's face, look at them, and tell if they're good or bad.
Oh, right here it says all the way back in 1835. Legal documents say that the Supreme Court of the state must meet once a year in each grand division, East, Middle, and West Tennessee. So even back in the 1800s, early 1800s, they were like, okay, we're dividing this into 3 sections here.
Your gut instinct is going to grow again. Because what is gut backwards? Tug. What do they say? They're tugging at my heartstrings. Well, I'm sorry, but your heart doesn't have fucking strings. It has tubes. Your vocals have strings.
They're tugging my heart tubes.
Literally and physically. So they'll be tugging on your voice strings, not your heartstrings. What you speak affects your heart. What you consume affects your heart. And they just want me dead right now. Now, watch this. With that being said, now let's listen to this one more time. It'll sound different to you.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to click the video. I panicked. I can't play his music.
What you speak affects
It's
your
bad. Just trust me.
What you consume affects your heart. And they just want me to...
Honestly, it's not that bad, but it's getting more and more manic.
Watch this.
Hidden messages and...
Now let's listen to this one more time. It'll sound different to you. They can't. It's impossible.
Oh, you want to tug on my heart tube? My main tube? I can't do his music right now, dude. going. Is he gonna play every song he's ever made? I didn't make it this far into the video earlier.
If you fear the unknown, swimming, it's because you've done things that are unknown. The best place to be is inside of. If you fear the unknown, it's because you've done things that are unknown. I'm sorry, brother, but I'm not sorry. But if you fear God, that's a good thing. But if you fear God in this way, it's not a good thing.
If you fear God in this way, got it. That does make sense.
All I ask for is an objective consideration of all the evidence. Anyone who won't do that isn't really entitled to an opinion. So, I mean... Where's this? Hello? Agriculturing. Agriculturing? Hello? Agriculture.
Lyrical genius.
I love it, bro. I love it. Did you know? In the town riding on a fucking more powerful than you 4 horsemen. Yeah, shut the fuck up. That's a pony you riding, motherfucker. Did you know? Yankee Doodle came to town riding on a pony, nigga.
He thinks he's got it all figured out. Yeah, the deposition was bad. I watched all 4.5 hours of it. And he thinks he shared it as if he come away winning. Like as if he had won something or outsmarted him or something.
What if it's an accepted idea that is the correct idea or ideology? Because, like, for instance, you want to see why these other people don't have, like, their timeline is confusing? So I'll give you an example. This.
Nope. Yeah. No. Nope. Yeah, fuck that.
So they're pulling up to a country guy's house, right? And they're like, nope, no way. Nope, this is not my kind of environment. That's what they're saying.
No. Nope.
Watch.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm gonna break this fucking shit down for you in a different way. You ready? Watch.
Fuck that. I'm not doing it. Well, somebody's gotta do it. And that looks a lot more like a you thing.
What the fuck does that mean? Gross. That could be taken a few different ways. Gross. He's not an FBI agent, but he is playing a fake FBI agent.
All right, I think we're done with this.
I love that mysterious. It makes your spine shiver a little bit because something real coming from his mouth here, coming from the soul. It's changing.
He's watching other people review his music at this point. Oh yeah, his fans is what he's talking about. The comments think he's a genius. They're like, oh, you showed him. You can't know somebody if you don't know somebody. How do we know anybody's real?
Awesome.
How you know Donald Trump's real? I met him once.
Eat some of this beef stew my lady made. See what she's up to. And see y'all on Instagram.
God damn, this guy's a fucking lunatic.
Just know everything is fine. Just stay sharp. Just keep your mind clear and work on that good instinct, all right? And you'll be all right. I promise you, I'd never say anything I don't believe. I would never tell you a blatant lie. I would never tell you a lie.
Fucking lunatic, dude.
That's why they don't like me. They can keep doing that. It doesn't matter. Their words don't mean shit.
King James Version. My mom got to shake Trump's hand and said, you give us hope, sir.
You boys out.
He laughed and playfully hit her hat bill. Damn it, I was trying to read that. Hold on. He laughed and playfully hit her hat bill. I got to shake his hand too. Big, strong hand, direct eye contact. His eyes were twinkling like an unspoken understanding between us that we were fighting for the win and we knew we would beat the enemy. This was in 2023. This is why people respect you and admire you. You're drive, brother. We stand with you. What is right and wrong is wrong. Not sure if you've seen it yet, but the Christ-spiracy documentary is an eye-opener for sure. The mistranslation of words and the effect from the true meaning of those words is baffling. Shout out to the Creeker community. Shout out to the founder, Firm Handshake. You are brilliant. One of the best interpretations of what's up. For real, for real. Love you forever. Been jamming out to all your music lately. This new one is goated. Love getting to chill with you. It's been a fun night. Thank you. Don't ever stop being you. I know you won't, but I got to say it anyway. Jesus is the truth. There is only one Jesus. He is the only way to the gate. I think Ryan responds to this. Was it Jesus or Jesus' ideas? What up, Ryan from New Zealand? I'm just here doing supporting. Well, that live kicked December off on a good vibe for a lot of people, myself included. Merry Christmas, kiddo. Not many people to look up to nowadays. Keep doing you. Catching up now. They love him, dude. I think he's already drove off the people that were going to leave. You know what I mean?
Lady Maid, see what she's up to. And see y'all on Instagram or wherever else. Just know everything is fine. Just stay sharp. Just keep your mind clear and work on that good instinct, all right? And you'll be
Even his own sheriff stopped.
Never say anything I don't believe.
Stop taking his calls.
I'll never tell you a lie. That's all there is to it. That's why they don't like me. They can keep doing that. It doesn't matter. Their words tell me shit. They hold no weight. And they look like shit. All right? I love y'all. HGs, you boys out. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Damn, dude. Fucking crazy. I got one more video. This, I didn't mean to cover Ryan all night, but that's what it turned into. I got one more for you, though. Check this out. Latest update from the Necessary Conversation podcast. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but Bob, the dad, has quit the podcast, and he will not be coming back. His feelings were hurt. We're done. Bob has left the show. Guess why? Just guess.
Why isn't Dad here?
I have to hold my ground today by myself. This is correct. You know, I gave you both a text why your father isn't here.
Okay.
He is very upset with you, Chad.
Okay.
Your last Friday Night Live, where people would dial in and you'd say, hey, 4675, I see that. Oh, okay. And you gave answers.
Yeah.
Someone asked you why you thought your father was in such a good mood.
So someone called in the show on Friday night, and the dad was actually in a good mood on that show. And someone said, why do you think your dad's been in such a good mood? And what did Chad say?
Being so sweet, like cavities.
Yeah.
What was your response?
You tell me.
You thought that your father and I had sex.
Because Chad insinuated that maybe they had sex, and that's why the dad was in such a good mood. And he has quit the fucking show because of it. Because Chad insinuated that maybe they had sex, and that's why he was in a good mood. He has quit the show. He's done. He's not coming back. It's over with. Shut it down.
Mood and being so sweet, like cavities.
Yeah.
What was your response?
You tell me.
You thought that your father and I had sex. And you laughed. You laughed just like that.
I'm glad I missed that.
You also had someone who I love very much, but I'm not going to say her name, laughing in the background. And Dad is very, very upset.
So let me get this straight.
You're going to have to get back in his good graces, or he will not come back on your show.
Can we just skip to the questions and start the show?
We're going to be in your house next week, so I don't know how he's going to avoid that.
He might be coming in the home next week.
Okay.
He's very upset.
That's why he quit. That's why he's done. Because they insinuated that maybe he had sex. Done.
Because they're all in trouble, and they need to be held accountable. I'm tired of liberals and Democrats getting away with this stuff and then nothing's ever done. This time something's going to be done. You just can't go out and make a clip like that and think there's
nothing's going to be done. We've already seen what's happening with Trump's trying to get Comey and Letitia James in trouble. Those lawsuits just got thrown out.
Not both of them. Letitia James he's going to come at her again, or they will. The first one was by what? A technicality or whatever?
No, the first one was because the woman that he put in charge, I forget her name, Lindsay Halligan maybe.
They've both been thrown out.
She didn't do what lawyers must do in these situations. And now I believe the statute of limitations has expired on James Comey. So even that was kind of a stupidity kind of thing. Trump surrounds himself with people who are inept in every position, and then shit like this happens. Let me ask you this question. With regard to soldiers following orders, do you believe the soldiers were all correct in following orders?
Because they're all in trouble, and they need to be held accountable.
Dad, should these Democrats be executed?
Yes, 100%, and they're all traitors.
Mom, do you believe they should be executed?
I don't think they should be executed, but they should be arrested. What they're doing is treason. I want to read this. I do like this statement. Lindsey Graham. What he is saying to these people, you owe that to the men and women of the military to be specific about what you are talking about. What these senators and House members did was unnerving, and it is unconscionable. I can't say that word. To suggest that the president of the United States is
There's a
issuing
clip
lawful orders with
here in a second.
an example. They
I want to show you.
say what these unlawful orders are. This reminds
Well, now we know.
You're saying that you agree that anyone in the military should follow whatever order they're given.
Okay, they have never been.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Anybody in the military should follow whatever order they're given, no matter what. Listen to the examples they give them.
Been given an illegal order by our president.
That's not true. Right now, they are being given orders to vaporize these boats in the Caribbean, just whoever's on them. Venezuela is saying there are civilians on some of those boats.
That's what Venezuela is saying, because they don't want the boats with fentanyl that is coming into our country blown up. Those boats have fentanyl. They have bad drugs on it. And Trump
Fentanyl doesn't come from Venezuela.
is stopping that. And that is what Trump ran on.
You think the Venezuelan government wants drugs brought into the United States?
Yes, I do. I think they're being filtered.
Why?
Because they're making money off of it, for starters.
Oh, this isn't the right one.
From China
right
into
clip.
Venezuela and up here in the United States to our people. Trump ran on this, Chad, that he would stop this stuff. And that's what he's doing. And now all you liberals are yipping. You're yipping.
You're saying that you agree that anyone in the military should follow whatever order they're given. Do you think he has to follow the law or not?
I think he has to stop the drugs coming into our country.
There's one about following orders that I want to show you before we leave.
He is the president in charge of our country. And if he feels our country is in danger or our citizens, he needs to stop it by blowing up the ships.
Okay, by breaking the law.
That's not breaking the law.
All right, we're never going to see eye to eye on that. It might be. We don't know. We don't know who's on those boats. We don't know what the intel is. They are being less than transparent. You would agree at the very least on that?
No, they're blowing up ships with drugs on it.
They're not showing us any of the intelligence to back up that claim. Anyone could be on those boats.
They're saying it's drugs and drug people.
I agree. They are showing no proof of that to anyone, including Congress.
Well, the 7 that said that went and made their little commercial, they're not showing any proof either of what they were stating. What illegal?
Where the do you think Zelensky got all his money in it?
Zelensky.
Got it from Donald Trump.
Zelensky.
Zelensky.
That's where you go to get your hair done. Zelensky.
Zelensky.
You don't even know what's going on.
All the times he came to the White House, they were buddies, Haley.
They insulted him, yelled at him. That one dude was like, "Why aren't you wearing a suit?" JD Vance is like, "You should be grateful."
And he took every bit of it because he knows if he doesn't listen, he's going to lose it.
Okay, so you have no answer, as usual. Do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene, mom, is going to run for governor of Georgia?
No.
Dad?
No.
Haley?
Maybe?
I think she is. That line at the very end, I'll see you all very soon.
He's not going to get out of politics.
She's a whiner.
She's going to use this anti-Trump turn to be like, I'm a good Republican.
Probably.
And I really think the whole MAGA thing is I dare I say this, but I think it's about to crumble.
Where the do you think Zelensky got all his money in it?
Usha Vance was seen this week wearing no wedding ring.
Baloney.
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 What?
She has appeared multiple times. There are images of her all over. What are you guys doing? A secret language?
Our audio is really bad. It's going in and out, and I'm repeating.
You won't quit. We got to get going.
I'm repeating. He said, what did he say? He said that Ursula Vance.
Ursula Vance
did not have on a wedding ring.
That's not her name.
How do you say her name? Not Ursula. That's the stars, right? Ursula Major.
No, that's not right either.
Ursula Major.
Let's just end it. Thank you for joining.
Ursula Vance.
That's the first topic we agree with.
Usha Vance was seen this week wearing the Department of Education now says nurses are not Mom, is it okay for ICE to be targeting Christian? Dad, what do you think you are here in this life?
No, it's
There's one around the.
What if
oh wait, that might have been it. Fuck.
Donald?
No, it's because you're in a cult.
What if Donald Trump says, I want you to carpet bomb Oklahoma City, everyone? You think the Air Force should carry that out?
Yes.
What if Donald Trump says, I want to carpet bomb Oklahoma City? Should the military carry that out? Yes.
Cult.
What if Donald Trump says, I want you to carpet bomb Oklahoma City, everyone? You think the Air Force should carry that out?
Yes.
There might be a reason. We don't know.
This is insane.
There might be a reason. We don't know. Are you listening to these fucking lunatics? I want you to carpet bomb Oklahoma City. Yes, there might be a reason.
You cannot be this stupid. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my. This podcast was going well until that.
You just said it's cool. We levels Oklahoma. You're like, yeah, it. There must be a reason. Like, you literally can't be that dumb.
You know what the problem is? Mom and I don't believe he'll ever blow up Oklahoma because we're on his side and so's the whole state.
No, it's because you're in a cult.
You guys are worried and afraid because you live in a state where it might happen.
Okay, let's theoretically say that does happen. Let's say Trump sends in the Marines to Los Angeles, California, and let's say I'm out going to see a movie on a weekend, and he says, go into that shopping mall.
Under a truck.
Quiet piggy. He says, go into that shopping mall and kill everyone you see. And let's say I get gunned down by the Marines for just being at a mall.
Okay, number one, let's just take it one
Dad,
step
wait a minute, Mom, wait one second. Dad, hang on, Mom. Dad, you just said you are for Donald Trump murdering me for no reason, and you would support that.
If he walks into a mall to people with military,
there has to be a reason.
There's a reason, and I'm all for it. And the people in Los Angeles, California, are as deserving of execution as the assholes in New York City. You're all communists.
No, it's because you're in a cult.
What if Donald Trump says, I want you to carpet bomb Oklahoma City?
You're all fucking communists. I do like that he said quiet piggy to his dad. Yes, if he says go into Los Angeles, kill everybody in this mall, and their son was there, they would say, well, Donald Trump had a reason. How fucking insane, dude. I didn't realize. I knew they were brainwashed. I knew the dad was bad. I thought mom would be at least like, well, he probably needs to show somebody that he's got reason or something, right? Nope. Nobody cares. All right, guys, please consider supporting the show. I got to pay bills. And lately, I know the economy's bad. I know people are suffering. Lately, it hasn't really been supporting itself. It'll get back, right? But if you can afford to support the show, I would greatly appreciate it. Help us pay some bills around here. That'd be awesome. You can do that with buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. Leave a message. I'll read it on the show next time we're live. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see you back on the next one. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I got some work to do. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye. Support the show. I've been trying to convince Dr. J to play the video game again. She won't do it. I don't know.
Hey, Danny,
That's
it's
not
me,
right.
the Linda.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believers? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, beating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped him to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. My mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network doing no damn research. They rework and copy on Cox that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit shit and runs to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night? These parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby-eating heathens. Believing in reason with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts because you're a pussy. You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement, and I won't even give out your